I want you to get this with all my heart. I pray right now that you will hear that yourself. God doesn't just draw his attention and the attention of the people to wilderness. It's so easy for us to stop with just the cultural kind of reference points. Look at the world, look at the state of this, look at what's happening with this. Morality, ethics, belief, behavior. But that's not what God does. He calls wasteland a land not sown. What does that do in our spirit? You can go to the prophets who begin to speak about the wilderness blossoming like a rose. About ways that you can go to Israel right now and see for yourself how prophetically that is coming to pass. But way more than that, it is a forerunner of a call, a commission to all of Christ's people to wilderness places and to sow. A land not sown needs to be sown. That's the word I have this morning. The Lord says to us, it's time to sow. It's time to sow again. It's time to sow. And we'll keep saying it till we get it. It's time to sow in wasteland, in wilderness. But I want to say today, I believe absolutely, we need to root ourselves again in a landscape of wasteland and wilderness, with a call to sow again, that God is an extravagant God, that he's a God who sows always to people we wouldn't bother with, places we would not even dare to go. If you look at Mark 4, the parable of the growing seed, that's exactly what we see. It's not the stage by stage, step by step breakdown of the parable of the sower that we get in the other Gospels. But in Mark 4, it's just a short, in Mark style, concentrated, highlight version. And it speaks about a sower going out to sow the seed, and that the sower scatters. You will know the parable of the sower really, really well, about the different ground and the different yields that happen. I want to suggest to you that it's time for us to start to sow again. It's time for us to learn how to sow again from God's heart and God's perspective. And that the starting point is that Jesus sowed extravagantly. He gave himself fully, for God so loved the world that he gave. I think that when we sow, we want to get a good yield on our investment. Whether it's your giving financially or mine, or whether it's our time, or whether it's to put the energies of the ministry into the right soil, we can get really protective and precious about that. And yet that goes counter to the spirit of the kingdom. There is something here in the mission of God where his extravagance as a scatter of seeds. I wish I had a big bag of seeds. I did think about it, but I chickened out. To just grab a handful of it. You might be thinking about seeding good ground, but hey, who gets to determine where the good ground is? Who gets to say? Who gets to call? Maybe some of us do. By revelation, by prayer, you can demonstrate this has been fruitful for us. But it's time for us to get back into some soil, get into some ground, get into some fields. The sower scatters seed. Now you can find some old pictures of that whole method. Now we have combine. We want to mechanize the sowing. Hello? Hello? We want to mechanize it or specialize it, the two extremes. But I think it's time for the global church to get their hands in the seed again and begin to sow all around.